Los Angeles because when I was a child, I practiced rhythmic gymnastics. You know, like use rhythm and flow and crowd and poop. I compete when I was a child for 10 years. And then after I finished rhythmic gymnastics, and then I practiced a little bit dance, and then I went to dance school in Los Angeles. Then I found Bikram Yoga because Los Angeles has a Bikram Yoga headquarters. Then my friend, she told me about Bikram Yoga, but I never hear about Bikram. I know hot yoga, but what's the Bikram yoga? Because I didn't know, but Bikram yoga is a hot yoga original. Then okay, let's try. And then I went to Bikram yoga studio in headquarters. Then wow, so hot. 90 minutes. Oh my God, so long. But I bought 10 tickets, 10 times ticket. So what should I do? Maybe let's try again, and then 2, 3 times, little by little. I used to it about hot and posture. Then my teacher told me, oh, maybe you should go to teacher training. And then, no, because I'm not good at English. But little by little, my mind changed. Because I want to try, I like to challenge to everything. Then I went to teacher training 2006 at spring.
Only after 10 classes.
Yeah, almost now 7 years practice. And then I watched the competition first time 2005 because I just go to competition at my teacher. And what's that? So beautiful, and everybody worked hard shine. And maybe I want to try because I like to try. Then I compete first time 2007, and then I placed the fourth for international.
In the world.
And wow, I couldn't believe it. Then maybe I want to try more, better, and better. And but second next year my type, because we have to just 3 minutes on stage, but I couldn't finish, and the time over. And then maybe next, and then next try, and then 2 first. Then okay, let's think, because when I did first time on stage, more fun, more enjoyed. So don't compete to anybody. So just to try myself, just I want to show my story, my life on stage. Then I did, I practiced, and I did compete 5 years. Then this year we took first place. Yeah, but it was fun because I didn't think about like first place or fourth place, doesn't matter. I want to just enjoy. Then because enjoy is very important, right? So and the yoga is life. So I want to enjoy my life, and you too. Thank you.
When you want, tell them.
Yeah. So
It's very funny.
when I took first place, but I have no idea. So that's why I sit down like an audience seat. I didn't go to side stage.
All the competitors were on the side stage. The ones who knew they were going to win, you know, or on the side stage.
No, because I was thinking about maybe American or many people are so beautiful. So that's why I just sit down and talk to my friend, laughing and then eat, drink, and then Greg, his teacher, he called me representing Japan, and and then I went on stage and then I talked to Joseph. No, I can't. And he said, but no, like that.
She was nodding her head no. I'm like, you're the champion. She had the trophy in her hand, right? No. This is a mistake. I'm like, no mistake.
Because I just enjoy on stage.
And that shows her real spirit, you know. It wasn't ever to win. It was just to share her story.
Thank you.
The funny thing is, the morning of the competition, we practiced next to each other.
Yeah.
We didn't really know each other. I didn't know her at all. She didn't know me. But the morning before the finals, we practiced side by side in the back row at headquarters. Took it real easy. And I knew, I was like, this girl, she has the energy, she's going to win. I could just tell. And then when she won, I wasn't that surprised.
But I also think about, Joseph next to me. Because, I know him. Last year, so awesome, and the last year also. So that's why I was thinking about you will win. So, Joseph, learn from him.
I'll tell you guys a little bit about my story with the yoga. I started this yoga only 6 years ago. And like I said before in my demonstration, the physical ability that I have now hasn't always been there. I was very weak before I started the yoga. Growing up was very difficult. I had a lot of illnesses. When I was a young boy, when I was 8 years old, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And that took a serious toll on my mental health and physical health. I was put on a lot of medication. I had multiple operations in my knees. And wasn't really allowed to do much because I was a kid with arthritis. And the pain was excruciating and it would swell. So, my mother being protective and the doctors being very watchful, I wasn't allowed to do much. I was just put on a lot of medication as a young kid, and that led to a series of problems throughout my childhood and teenage years. When I was 11, I had my first stomach ulcer because of the medication, and I would monthly get my stomach pumped because it would just get so bad and so much full of blood, and it wasn't good. So, of course, what happens? Give the kid more medication, like let's fix the ulcer, so let's keep him on the arthritis medication, but throw something else in the mix just to help him out. Well, when I was 13, all that mix just really screwed my body up and I had a heart attack. I had a variant angina, that's like the medical term of it. It's a spasm on the pulmonary artery. The valve that connects your heart to your lungs was shut tight. So my heart and lungs weren't married, they were completely divorced. I was 13 years old when this happened, right before my high school years. And it was real scary. I really don't remember much of it. I was a young boy, and I just remember feeling real sick, and my mom has me in bed because she thinks it's like a summer cold or something. And next thing I know, I can't breathe, and I'm in the car, and next thing I know, 2 days later, I'm in the ICU, connected to a bunch of machines, and they're like, oh, you had a heart attack. And that really affected me growing up. I wasn't allowed to do more, like I had to go to a school that was strictly academics because just the idea of doing anything physical at that age was scary, it was haunting. The doctors were scaring me, they're scaring my parents. It wasn't that they were scared, it was more of their concern that I could get worse. Being 13 years old and I've already suffered a heart attack and have rheumatoid arthritis, it's not common for a teenage child. It's common for somebody in their 50s or 60s who have had a really bad, healthy lifestyle throughout their years. So it was really hard. I got very depressed. I gained a tremendous amount of weight. I was not very confident. I was so depressed. And so this was my childhood. And they told me that by the time I'm the age I am now, my mid-20s, that I would probably be in a wheelchair, that walking would not be very likely for me. So after my high school years, when I was out on the world on my own, first time on my own in the world, and, get a job, go to school, get an apartment, I wanted to make myself feel better, and I was ready to work on myself internally and externally. So I started seeking out various forms of exercise. I seeked out running first, and I remember that just hurt so bad. Like, I couldn't walk for 2 weeks after that. My knees were just like the size of grapefruits. It was so bad. I tried weightlifting, and yeah, right. Again, joint. It wasn't my knees. It was everything: shoulders, elbows, wrists. Everything was swollen and very painful. And I have a twin brother, and I tried martial arts with him, and no, that sucked so bad. But I really wanted to find something to fix me, because growing up, especially with my twin brother, he's always been very athletic. He was an all-star athlete, and I remember, like in football, they would keep him in the whole game. They wouldn't take him out because he was just a machine. And growing up compared to that was really difficult for me. So I was trying to find all these different things, and like most of the guys who find yoga, I found it because of a girl. I was at a concert, and I met a really good friend of mine, and well, we're good friends now, but at the time I didn't know her. She was on the floor sitting like that. Oh, what are you doing? Yoga. What's yogurt? I had no idea of what yoga is or anything. She's like, oh, come try. I do Bikram yoga. I'm like, whatever, Okay, I'm there Monday. So I came Monday, and I came like, you see some first-time guys who come here with like sweatpants and and have like no idea what's about to happen, Like I remember going to the mall earlier that day and buying sweatpants. Buying yoga pants, God, I totally didn't know. So I came into the room, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so hot. Oh, what the hell? I'm dying. I was dying. Like I was the guy in the corner that was like grunting the whole time. It was funny, and so I pretty much blacked that out. Like I hardly remember that first class, except that afterwards, my first teacher, Karen, gave me she gave me a hug. Said, it's okay, come back tomorrow, young man. You're gonna do fine. And then my friend and I went to go have a smoothie. So okay, good. So that's pretty much how I started in the first few weeks of my practice, just to go to hang out with my friend and to, suffer for 90 minutes. But, at the time I was trying to find something to fix my body so I could fix my confidence and my ego and who I am, And so going out and hanging out with my friend afterwards is always nice, indeed. But after a month, I found out that wasn't going to work out with her. That's okay. The yoga, though. The yoga was working really, really well. I was sleeping without pain. I was waking up not stiff or sore. And I really started to believe that this yoga is changing my body. And I was still on all my medication, but I was going regularly and regularly. After my first month, the studio owners really noticed something. They're like, this kid is coming a lot, I was 19 years old at the time. They're like, he's coming so much. So they offered me, hey, you clean the studio one night a week, we'll give you free yoga. Okay, that's the last time I ever paid for yoga. Last time in my whole life I ever paid for yoga, for Bikram yoga. So I just kept going and going and going, and I started noticing this change in my body. It wasn't like a dramatic change. I just noticed shifts happening in my body. I would stand on the scale, but still weigh the same. But I saw that in the mirror, things were changing. Waistline was getting slimmer, shoulders were getting broader, they were opening up. I'm not sitting like this all the time anymore. So things really started to change. And a few months into my practice, my first year of practicing, a gentleman came by, he's a champion, and did something like we're doing with you guys today, taught a class, gave a demonstration, talked a little bit afterwards. And I signed up for it, and I was so inspired by this gentleman. I was like, wow, look at him, he's like shining. He's this huge